So today I thought I'd talk about spirit guides and how to connect with them, because it's actually a lot simpler than we think. So I see quite often that people think that they need to be really good at meditation, and they need to sit, have 45 minutes free every single day to sit in silence and to silence their thoughts, which is impossible, and it's not the aim at all. That would just throw you off completely. So I want to say to you, the aim of meditation to connect to your guides isn't to sit and try and empty your mind of all the thoughts that pop in, okay? That's impossible. We have got a human brain, and even when we are shifting our energy, to a higher vibration, those thoughts are still going to come in, okay? You're not doing it wrong. You're not failing, okay? That happens to all of us. So I need to just confirm that with you, that yes, the thoughts are going to come in. Is it impossible to quieten our mind? Yes, it really is, okay? So just keep going. You don't need to set aside 45 minutes to sit in silence to connect to your guides, okay? You simply need to just sit quietly, and as the thoughts come in, you can be aware of them, but you just let them go. So for example, the room I'm in, yes, I'm aware that I've got, the Reiki bed next to me. I'm aware that there's pictures on the wall. I'm aware that there's a sofa behind me, but I bring it into my awareness and I can just let it slip. So all that is needed is just to sit and just to try and give some time. All you're basically doing is trying to just shift your energy and raise your vibration, and in turn spirit can then drop, lower their vibration, and they can come and connect with you. So I need to say, it is so subtle. When spirit are around, it is subtle, okay? It's not going to be bells and whistles, and this is why it takes time to practice. So all you're looking for is a very subtle shift in how you're feeling, and that is how you know your guides are there, okay? You're not going to see a really clear image of a big red Indian. That seems to be the standard one that people seem to think they have. All you are looking for is a subtle shift in your energy, okay? And usually with me, I'll give you a few examples. So I get a few different things. So everybody knows about the earringing. That's quite a common one, of course. And yes, that is your guides. When my guides come to me in the evening when I'm in bed, it tends to be the earringing. Another one can be, you can feel slight pressure over your third eye. That's another one, but that came later for me. When I start doing my healing work, I feel the energy change completely, and that's full body, but normally it's quite a bit of pressure over my heart chakra with that one. So all you're looking for is just a subtle shift. You might get a bit warmer, as I say, the earringing. You might have goosebumps up and down your arm. You might just feel like something's going through your hair, but it could be even more subtle than that. As I say, it's just a slight shift in your energy. That's all you're looking for, okay? Don't try and, ask all the details straight away, because everything energy related is done by feeling. So that's all you're looking for initially. And yes, through practice, of course, you can, put pen to paper and start asking questions and write everything down. It's a two-way relationship. They want to connect with you. Of course they do. They've helped you your entire life, So it's something as easy as you're walking out the door with the children and you're, in a rush, and then you suddenly think, oh God, shopping bags, or keys. You weren't thinking about that. Of course you weren't. You were focused on something else, getting the children down the steps. So where did that thought come from? That came from your guides. When you're not actively thinking about something and it pops into your head, that is them helping you. And this is what I mean. It is so subtle, and this is why it takes time, because the more you start to recognize these feelings, then it's your confirmation, because you'll recognize it and it will happen more and more and more. And then you'll realize then that that's your guide connecting with you. Okay, it doesn't have to be angel numbers and feathers and robins, okay? Back to basics. You are looking for a subtle shift in your energy, just something that feels different. And to many, that might feel like anxiety. And I explain this a lot, okay? Anxiety is energy, but our human mind puts it to a negative feeling, and therefore we think we feel anxious, okay? And I need you to remember that, because when you try to start connecting with your guides or start meditating, you might feel anxious and then you give up. But it's not anxiety. Your brain is saying you're anxious. All that's happening is that a shift of energy is happening in your body, but because it will be around your heart chakra and your solar plexus, it's the same kind of area that we do feel anxious. So if you get that feeling, you know, when you're trying to meditate or you're asking to connect with your guides, take that feeling as confirmation that they have stepped into your energy field. Okay, so do we need to know their names? Why do we need to know their names? As I say, it's done by a feeling, and people are putting far too much emphasis that they're talking to another human being. You are talking to energy, okay? We are energy, your guides are energy. It doesn't matter what they look like. Their name doesn't matter. You can name them Fred, you know, it really doesn't matter what you call them. They'll know that, you know, you're talking to them. But take the emphasis away that they're like you and I, okay? If you're connecting to energy, it has to be done on a feeling. Yes, you know, you may be lucky. It's taken me a long time, and I remember trying to reach out, you know, asking all these questions. Show yourself to me. What's your name? Where are you from? Okay, it's not an interview to another human. Again, focus. This is energy. So, what is the need to talk with your guides? So your guides help you with absolutely anything and everything. They will never interfere. They will never interfere without permission, okay? They are only here to help you. If you get any bad thoughts, any bad feelings, anything that feels negative, okay, it's not your spirit guides. The energy of your guides will always come from a loving place, always. So if you ever have a feeling that feels negative, I want you to bring yourself back and cut the connection, okay? I mean, it probably won't happen, but I have had a client who assumed was their guides, and it turns out that actually it wasn't a very nice character, and long story short, I had to kind of clear that one. But your spirit guides will always be a nice feeling once you are actively aware that it can feel like anxiety when they first come in. So that's why it's really important to kind of reiterate that. So going back to what they can help with, honestly, everything. Say if you are stuck on your life purpose, you want to try a few different things, you're starting university, you don't really know which direction to choose, you've been offered 2 jobs, a house move, anything, you can ask them for help, and they will always do their best to help you, because that is exactly why they are here, okay? So the house I live in now, I absolutely fell in love with the village I was in years ago, really fell in love with it, and we basically didn't get chosen because the people that we rent from kind of have like an interview process, and it didn't kind of pan out, but I always had a good feeling about it. And of course I was asking for help, of course I was, because I knew that we were supposed to be here, I knew it was going to be perfect. And lo and behold, we got the phone call that the people that were chosen had pulled out, and it was ours. Okay, yeah, people might think, well, that's just a coincidence, that's just a run of good luck. I know it's not, because I've seen time and time again that I will ask them for their assistance and it will always play out. The important thing with life in general, things that you think you want and need, yeah, they might be right for you in a human body, but you've got to think we are here for lessons, karmic ties, generational ties, things like that. And spirit, of course, can see what we don't. They can see what's right for us and what isn't. Okay, so sometimes things don't work and we feel quite disappointed, but then always works out afterwards. And so they, as I say, they see the bigger picture, they see the future, they see kind of what's laid out in our path. But back to what you can ask them for. Honestly, you can ask them to help with any single thing. Imagine you had the best friend in the world who had anything they could possibly give you to help you with anything. Okay, that is the role of your guides. So always just keep talking to them. They are listening, they hear everything. And you know, whilst you're practicing, whilst you're trying to get the connection, ask them for a sign. It doesn't have to be angel numbers, you know, the popular one, oh, if I see 1111, I know it's my spirit guide. Yeah, it can, but again, it doesn't work like that. But if spirit really wants to show proof to you, you will get it, you know. Again, set that intention, show me a clear sign, even ask for it 3 times, and you will see it. So don't overcomplicate things, okay? As I say, if you really want to start a relationship with your spirit guides, or you know, you've tried and failed, you haven't failed, you're just trying too hard. So just make some time each day. Yes, we've all got busy lives. You know, I've got twin toddlers. I have a very busy life and no time to myself other than when I'm working. But it really doesn't take long. As I say, you don't need 45 minutes, okay? Just set aside 5 minutes. Just get into a nice, relaxing space. Calm your breathing down. Set the intention, because intention is always key to any kind of spiritual work, energy work, anything like that. Set your intention that you wish to meet your spirit guides, or that you wish for them to make themselves known, or even ask, how can you show me, how do I know that you're here? Okay, and just look for the subtle feeling in your body, okay, and then you'll probably dismiss it, or you'll think, oh, that was just a coincidence, or your ear will start ringing. So try it again on night number 2. Ask again, ask the same, and sit and listen and feel, you know, concentrate on what you feel in your body. Do you get ear ringing? Do you get goosebumps down your arm? Did you feel a little tingle? You know, they will always show you how they are there when you ask them. So relaxation, be mindful of your breathing, set the intention, and just sit in stillness. And actually, guided meditation, yeah, it's great to start off with, but it's actually taken away the focus of what you're trying to achieve, because your mind is actively listening to music or somebody's words, and therefore you're likely going to miss quite a lot. Okay, so just start small, okay? Let me know how you get on.